welcome to another episode of Kompound Talk. I'm your boy Coolin, and it's your boy Major Plays. We got another guest on today, special guest. Yeah, very special guest, Mr. Brian Hyppolite. That's how you say it. How you pronounce it?
Hyppolite. That's how I say it. Hyppolite is the correct way to pronounce it. It's a Haitian name, so that's the correct way. But I just found that out a few years ago. But I've been saying Hyppolite.
Okay. What does it mean?
It means unleashing the bulls. And that's what it means. And it's a royal name in Haiti. Actually, my great grandfather, Flagrel Hyppolite, or Hyppolite, was the 15th president of Haiti, and director of agriculture and different things like that. So
that's what's up.
Yeah.
That's nice to know, man. That's you come from a strong bloodline. Yeah, man.
Yeah, absolutely. So it's definitely showing in me now, and just getting aligned with my purpose and my calling, getting back to a lot of things that came before me. So it's cool how the universe works. Yeah.
So before we start, man, tell the people how they can find you, and just let them know a little bit about yourself.
Yeah, absolutely. Tampa, Florida, you can find me at BrianHyppolite.com, BrianHyppolite, at Brian Hyppolite on all major platforms. You look up that name on any platform, you're gonna find something. If it's a music platform, you're gonna find some music. My books are available. I have an online course that support my books and various things. So just look it up. You're gonna find some good content.
Basically, my man, he wear a lot of hats. He do. He's an author. He's an artist. He's also a contractor. And he do everything.
Full-time father.
Number one, first thing,
all day.
That right there,
that's enough.
Alone by itself. Yeah, that's gonna get enough praise, but that's a whole nother show. Father's Day coming too. We might make this the Father's Day edition, matter of fact, man. You know what I'm saying?
It's worth it. I don't even see how anyone lives their life any other way.
Yeah, salute to all real fathers out there.
Yeah, for sure.
So let's put on that author hat right now.
Okay.
Because we have this book here called Manifesting You.
Yeah.
111 Keys to Unlocking Your Divinity.
Absolutely. Most
definitely want to check this out. I mean, as soon as I read the preface, and I'm just going to read this to you guys, and it captivated me. It follows: bad seeds don't lead to good fruit. You can't deny the proof when there's poison at the root. Some trees you just can't cut down, you gotta uproot. Truth sounds like hate to those who hate to hear the truth.
Message.
That is a message within itself. And what motivated you to start your book this way? Like, what about that quote wanted you to make sure like people seen this first and foremost?
That's a great question. Those are bars from a song that I released about maybe 2 years ago. The song's called B, and it was a song that captured my acceptance of my identity, and at whatever cost may come for my identity, and that's so those words just kind of set the tone of understanding that there's some bad fruit that we're gonna have to acknowledge, and we're gonna have to do something about it. And in order to do something about it, we have to understand that fruit is coming from a deeper place. So once we establish that, we also got to look around and see that there's some things that we're not going to be able just to put a band-aid on. We're going to have to take it out completely, unlearn some things or relearn some things. And then that last line, truth sounds like hate to those who hate to hear the truth, like came from my transition and understanding that it was offending people because my truth disrespected theirs. And it's for some of them it just sound like, to them it sound like hate, but really it was that they just ain't want to hear the truth. They was comfortable with what they understood to be true. Yeah. But for someone diving into this book on self-mastery, it was a very important thing to start with. And then the first 11 keys in this book are what I call like the prerequisites that you should know and understand if you are going on, a journey of self-mastery or enlightenment or empowerment, just different principles, if you will, So that's what made me start that.
Okay. And to follow up that question, because it was 3 other points within the first page that just really stood out to me. Right after that intro of those bars, we go to build independent, self-sustaining African communities. We must first build, cultivate, and empower self-sustaining African individuals, right? So it's like, right after that, it's kind of the same question. What made you want to also start off with this? Because it's almost like you're questioning a man's, how can I say it? A man's purpose. You get what I'm saying? Because we're already being painted one way. So it's like, what's your purpose? How are we going to switch that narrative? And I want to know, is that something that inspired those couple of lines there, or what was the inspiration behind those couple of lines?
Absolutely changing the narrative, as a whole. And knowing that in order for it to happen, it's going to have to happen as a collective. And I can't rely on you as an individual to work with me right if you're not working with yourself right. I can't expect you to love me if you don't love yourself. You can't expect me to, be there for you if I'm not there for myself a lot of times. So it seemed like the right way to kind of, how do I say it, pinpoint exactly where we needed to start. Because in order for it to happen, we gotta look within. And I think that was kind of the preface to it, that this is about going within and dealing with ourselves.
And then that's what's funny, because the next quote within the second paragraph that stood out to me is say, most of us unknowingly resides in a state of complete false self-identification. And that's because we don't go within to discover who we are properly.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? So it's like, I feel you on that, bro. And it's just, and then this the last one, and I'm gonna let you jump over. This last one that stood out to me. It is only in the first page, y'all. Y'all need to get this book. A knowledge of self creates a love of self, which in turn, I'm putting that in, that love for self demands a respect of self. Like, and if you pay attention to what's going on now, and it's just like if you're in a relationship or not in a relationship and you're jumping around, it's mainly because you don't know how to love yourself, because you don't know what you're looking for. You're trying to find love in other places to suffice the love that you're lacking to give yourself. And it's just like, man, like I said, this first page alone, got a lot of keys in it. And if you're looking for something to guide you, if you really are trying to manifest yourself or whatever, I definitely suggest you pick this book up. But man, what made you want to get into like writing? Like, how long you been
I've been
writing?
My whole life. I've been an award-winning writer since I was like 7 or 8. I was published in the Farmer's Almanac in 1993. I was 7 years old. I won like a national writing contest in my school. What I would do if I was president.
What school you was going to?
I lived in New Jersey at that time.
Okay.
And so I believe it was Simmons Elementary School.
You're from New Jersey?
Yeah. I was born in Boston. My family's from Jersey. My mom was in college at Simmons Women's College when she had me. So a little bit after that, we went back home to Jersey. I grew up in Jersey until we moved to Florida around 12.
Okay.
So I'm 35 now. So
shout out Jersey.
Yeah.
Question I have for you: where you get your spiritual motivation from?
The earth, the divine powers. They just I've been quarantined for a long ass time. I feel like I've been quarantined for about 4 years.
Yeah.
In terms of just rejecting the reality that's being forced upon us through all the outside forces and what the culture's talking about and what society's talking about, and just been off in my own world, and tapping into myself. So I feel like all the inspiration is coming from my spirit man, and that's connected to the divine spirits that that we come from. So I spend a lot of time to myself, a lot of time in nature, I garden.
Okay.
So
What you growing out there, man?
Man, a little bit of everything.
A little bit of everything. I'm trying to get mine started myself.
You might need to do a little mentorship up under you with the gardening, man.
Every season I'm learning new things.
Yeah,
every
yeah.
season I'm learning new things. I got plenty of vegetation, some fruit trees, some herbs, some different roots. So it's fun, man. I started
You cook?
a couple, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, got to. The kids got to eat.
Yeah. What's your favorite style of cooking like? You know what I'm saying?
I grew up in one of the Latin capitals of the world, man. So Spanish. You know, man, I've been with a lot of Cuban women.
Yeah, okay.
You know, over the years. So definitely that Spanish, the Latin style is it's a favorite. Something I got good
I
at.
do my Latin thing too. You know what I'm saying? Keep it gorgeous.
Shout out all the Puerto Rican.
Keep it gorgeous. You know what
Big shout out to Goya one time. You know what I'm saying?
I get busy in the kitchen, boy, all the time.
Shout out to Beagle.
Girl.
Straight up, man. So, then you say you in the kitchen a lot. What's one of your favorite dishes though? Like you cook?
I would have to say my favorite dish are the jackfruit pancakes. My children, and then it's because my children know so much, like they go ape shit when I'm about to cook some jackfruit pancakes.
Listen, man, I don't know how to cook that jackfruit, man. I've been trying to, like, I be seeing them in Publix, and nobody be fucking with them either. Like, they be
know what to do with it.
Yeah, I'm like, I'm asking the people who work there, hey man, what y'all do with these? How y'all cook these? He was like, I don't know, probably a meatloaf. You know?
They make really good pulled pork.
You know what I'm saying?
But you can eat it. You can eat it raw. Matter of fact, you open up a jackfruit and eat like 8 of those little bulbs. Like
good.
You're gonna have all of the minerals that your body needs for 8 hours. Something like that. If it ain't out, like whatever it is, it's like it's gonna make you.
Will it offset hunger though? Like, will you not be hungry?
You feel full, and you feel full in a different way than you've ever felt full before, because it's not off of the toxins and shit that we put in through our, put meat in our body and stuff. So you feel full, but you still feel like you can run a mile.
Okay.
Versus
what it tastes like?
It has a.
It tastes like a cantaloupe to me. I mean, I had it like a little small,
cantaloupe kind of taste.
It just looks so weird. I'm like, man, I don't want to just have it sitting on the counter, not knowing that
it's so big.
It's so big. Yeah, it's like
the average one like 19 pounds, like a small baby.
But I see people make everything out of like steak.
Yeah,
make
absolutely.
People barbecue,
pulled pork,
grill, stir fry. You know what I'm saying? All kind of stuff with it, man. You can make any type of meal you can. Often I hear is like a lot of vegans mess with that too.
It is because of all of the minerals that's in it. It's one of the they call it superfood.
It's big in Africa.
Yeah.
Why vegans like chickpeas so much?
Dr. C.
Yeah.
What'd you say?
Say why vegans like chickpeas so much, man?
I think they get a lot of nutrients and
Proteins from it.
Protein.
Hey, you just give me my shrimp and fish. Everything else can lead. So look, what inspired you to like get into writing? Like what?
Like this book?
Yeah, this book, but necessarily like just say, hey, I'm finna put a book together, just write in general.
It's always been a superpower. So going from being a published author at 7 to 8 in that time frame, just kept writing. Eventually I found myself here at Blake High School, the Performing Arts. Big shout out to Blake. Marching Young
Jams. Shout out to Blake. And you said you was a published author at 8?
Yeah.
What was your first book?
It was a poem that was published.
Oh, okay.
In the Farmer's Almanac.
You remember any of those bars from that poem?
I know it was. I was talking about what I would do if I was president. So what made me win this essay contest was just the generosity that this young kid was showing. And so I was talking about that I would move the homeless people into the White House and just various things that my 7, 8-year-old mind was just saying that it would do to make the world a better place. And I remember I said we would only have schools on Saturday and Sundays. So we'd be free the other 5 days a week. I remember that. But that definitely jump started it. one of my teachers in the 2nd grade fed into me, was like, won't you write a book, or write a story, and we'll publish it into a book. And I wrote a story called Being Buried Alive in an Avalanche. Very morbid story for like a little kid. And she took it and sent it off somewhere, like so that it came back, had someone else in the class do the pictures for it. And from the moment I held that book in my hand, I was like, yo, this is dope.
So you always been able to create just with words. That's just always been your gift. You're saying.
And once I got older and it transferred into music, I realized the connection I would have with people just off of spitting and real life shit. And so that was always, I just always knew I could just sit down, articulate my feelings and my truths, and people related to it.
You speak any other languages?
No, I mean I should know Creole. But,
that's why
I feel like I should know Spanish, so don't feel bad.
I feel like you would know Creole and Spanish and English or something.
I definitely need to jump on the other languages.
That's one of my next short-term goals.
Definitely mine.
Go get some Rosetta Stones.
So fucking lazy. I'm so fucking lazy. God. So when the first time you after that, like say, let's go into your adulthood and you put this book together, or did you have another book before this one?
No, this was the first one. It's the first.
So this is your first one.
This is the first one as an adult. I wrote another one, and then it wound up not coming out first. I wrote one that it's like my autobiography, and it just seemed like this was more the assignment, and this is something that was on my mind like all last year. It was saying like you've been recording and writing down these thoughts, like you need to put it out. And we got to the end of the year last year. It was the end of November, and I looked up, I was like, damn, that was my goal all year to get that done. And I just, was doing this serial entrepreneur thing and just couldn't get the time, but I kept saying if I just take 2 weeks, I'll get it done. So in December of last year, turned around, I like stopped everything, went to Colorado, went off in the mountains, in the Manitou Mountains in Colorado Springs, and just wrote this book in like 2 weeks.
That's what's up. And so from that period, how does it feel to see like the end product and say, hey,
it's overwhelming at times. I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. Like some days someone hits me up and say, hey, I go to a detention center with young men and I want to order 20 of your books so I can take it to them. Some days I get DMs from brothers in prison saying, yo, someone in here got your book, how can I get it so I can send my people, like stuff like that it just like I be looking at the phone and I be late wherever I'm going because I just had to take a minute to just accept what the universe is doing through me. So it's just it's been a lot of powerful things, and just even the, I won't call them smaller things, but just more intimate things, and people's showing me in their DMs or posting the book and saying, man, last time I was in a situation I didn't know what to do, but after reading your book, like I was able to look at life differently and handle it differently. I'm a different person, and like seeing the seed or the fruit of the seeds, it's a lot some days. It's humbling.
So what could people catch you though? Like you doing events, you doing seminars?
Right now, on my social media, I am doing like a Zoom call, like a master class on this Sunday. So that would be the 17th, and everybody's invited to be a part of it. So you go to BrianHyppolite.com and get the pre-sale tickets of that. It's $15 right now for the early bird special. I have a couple of other guests that's on it. This book also even comes, I created a mini course. So when you buy the book, you get a 6-part mini course that comes along with the book, but there's a full 36 class course that goes along with it as well. All this is on my site on BrianHyppolite.com. And the course is $99. That's for you and another person. I call like besties get in free. So whether it's your mate, whether it's your homie, whether it's whoever your business partner, whoever you linking up with, as you're going on this path, they need to go with you, because I mean, that's one of the first things I talk about in the book, is finding what I call a manifest partner. That person you're going to share your goals with, that's going to hold you accountable, stuff like that. So I see no purpose to just have one person get in there, and I also give it to their people too. So it's $99. It comes with that. It comes with the book. It comes with all 36 classes online and what I created that's called Manifest University. bunch of little cool stuff. And then everyone that's a part of Manifest University, you know, they get free admission to these other miscellaneous things that I do. You know, like the master class I'll be doing this week. So I just keep creating content. I do, you know, IG lives and stuff like that where I read some of the keys out of the book and just talk.
Yeah.
Do a lot of affirmations online. That seems what a lot of people be needing.
Yeah.
After the quarantine, you gonna be doing events stuff?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Okay.
I also, matter of fact, and I have an event lounge here in Tampa, in Temple Terrace called Chef's Event Lounge. So, you know, we shutting down right now at the moment. But normally it's on 56, right by Puritan, you know, right next to Taco Sons.
Okay.
And I got into that spot because my construction company was renovating it.
Oh,
so
that's what's up.
Politic with the owner so we can get a spot in there.
The creator makes stuff work for you, man. Shoot, I need to find me a manifest partner, preferably a woman. You know what I'm saying? Since I'm single, holler at me, ladies. So look, let's get into the Major Blaze trivia.
Okay.
Yeah, we're gonna get into the trivia, man. You know, favorite part of the show.
Yeah, this is our favorite part of the show.
Can you let them know where to get your music at on all platforms, all artists.
All platforms. It's Brian Hyppolite. If you look me up on Tidal, Spotify, Amazon Music, iTunes. Matter of fact, me and another Florida King, Trey Snatch, we released an EP today that's available on those platforms. It's called the Think and Grow Rich EP. And it's just, you know, some kings talking some king shit. You know, telling you how to elevate out of some of that nigga shit that we've been on to some of this king God shit that we on now.
Yeah, we can still be on that shit though, even though we king. So don't forget that. You know what I'm saying? It's about my art being balanced. You feel me? So yeah.
I was telling someone that yesterday. Like I was a herder before I was a healer. So don't never get that shit twisted.
Yeah.
You know.
Just ain't in season for that shit right now.
We just in a different season, at a different time. But don't ever forget, like, I'm even more dangerous now. You got to deal with me in a couple rounds at this point before you cross that street. For real.
Yeah, I did hear you was in the cooking, so that you probably will be able to relate to this first question.
Okay.
You like your spaghetti sauce mixed or on the side?
I heard you ask that earlier. What kind of question? Hey man,
It's a big debate.
On the noodles,
like you put the sauce on the noodles, or you
on the side.
You mix it in the same pot when you cook it.
Yeah. Like
See,
I mean, well, no,
big.
I make the sauce separately, but before the meal is dished out, like the sauce is on top of this shit.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But
That's
you
what I'm
don't
saying.
put it in the
But
pot.
you don't mix it in one pot together like the sauce and the noodles.
Not immediately. Like you gonna
the
make
pot.
you
In
make
the pot.
you gonna have the pot of noodles. They gonna drain.
Mm-hmm.
You gonna have a pot with your sauce. Put your magic in there, and then you gonna put the sauce on the noodles and mix it up. That's not how y'all
When
do
you
it.
eat it, when you eat it.
When I
right?
eat it just like that.
Yeah,
Just
but I'm
like
saying
that.
when you cook it, you don't get your sauce and pour it in a pot with the noodles and mix it
No.
and then serve
No,
it.
that's weird. That's a
See, that is
that's
a big
millennial
debate
shit
right there.
That's
Nah, bro, that's a big debate. You don't know how big that is right there.
Really?
B.
You don't
Straight
mix
up.
the sauce until it's the leftovers.
You don't mix the
Yeah,
sauce till it's
the
the leftovers.
Till it's the leftovers.
Listen.
Gotta
My
put
boy
it on
Tom.
All right, you had a mama and a daddy. Yeah, that makes sense. If you grew up in a single parent household, that shit was in one pot. Cause my mama went finna use 2 pots in it.
Hey, but my single, it was crazy. My single mama learned that from her mama and daddy household. So it's just like she passed it on to me. Cause like at first we dropped the sauce on it when it's freshly cooked. You put the noodles down, sauce on top, you know, Parmesan cheese or whatever cheese on. Then you mix it. But if it's the leftovers, everything got to go in the same pot. Yeah. In the Tupperware, whatever. You know what I mean? You still, even then, you drop the noodles first, and then you put the sauce on top of it, and then you put the Tupperware on top of it, and the sauce lay high and fall. You know what I'm saying?
All about the sauce.
It's all about the sauce.
All about the sauce.
We don't want to have the juice. The juice expires, it evaporates. Sauce, you want the sauce. You have shelf life. Yeah, it's thick.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Next question.
Next
I don't know what's
question.
pertaining to you. You in school?
Yes. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Woods, blunts, or papers?
Papers.
Okay.
Cakes all day.
Butts or boobs?
Both.
Sativa or indica?
Both.
Okay.
Hybrid.
Hybrid.
If you could smoke with any celeb, dead or alive, who would that be?
Michael Jackson.
Shout out, Mike.
Absolutely.
I ain't mad at that.
Michael Jackson. Yeah.
If you could go on a date with any celeb, who would that be? Dead or alive?
Dead or alive. Whitney Houston. Shout out to the Jersey girl.
Shout out to Whit.
When I was a kid watching Bobby Brown and Whitney Houston, I was like, I know what I'm finna do. I'm gonna marry their daughter. I'm gonna marry. Like, that was the plan. I remember that at like 11 years old. Like,
Rest in peace, Bobby Christine.
Yeah, R.I.P. Bobby to the family.
R.I.P. Whitney.
If you could choose between fame and being, broke or rich and unknown,
Rich and unknown, all day, all day.
your favorite gangster movie, Shotters or Belly?
Belly. I mean, that's a hard one. But
Hey,
Belly was.
Belly.
I ain't mad at that. Where you get your motivation from and what motivates you?
My kids motivate me all day, every day. My ancestors motivate me all day, every day. And then seeing all the fuck shit that be going on in the country and in the world be motivating me to put my family in a position where we really don't gotta deal with half of this shit, So just keep the ambition to build, install generational wealth.
Yeah, that's real. Generational wealth. We got to get on that more heavy in our community. I've been trying to practice that a lot. Turning all my partners on little stuff here and there that help us get money and stay out the way at the same time.
It's just a lot of shit that we don't know as a people.
Yeah, information.
Yeah.
And a lot of the times people gotta read. It's all in the book. A lot of people don't read.
Take the time.
Take the time to read, because it's just, I mean, even the project that released today, that's on Spotify, the Think and Grow Rich EP with me and Trey Snatch. I listed my children as writers on it, so they'll continue to get the royalties on that. My construction company is called SNL Properties and Projects. My oldest daughter is Samara. My youngest daughter is Leilani. They're listed as the owners, of the business. Set up trusts and various things that, as money is accumulated, it's set aside for them. It can grow for them. It can put their money to work for them. It's just various things that financial literacy that we wasn't given and provided, but we got to get on to. I think my next book probably gonna focus on some financial literacy. Entrepreneurs and shit.
Can't wait to check that book out. What's your best investment?
My best investment, myself.
What's your worst investment?
The wrong woman.
That's real.
The right woman would be my best investment.
Yep. Give you applause for that one right there.
What's your next short-term goal?
To learn how to speak French and Spanish.
Me too, bro. If you could be born in any other year, what would that be?
Any
and
other
why?
year, any other time. Man.
Like that question mean like if you can be born at any other time and try to make something change, maybe like Back to the Future type.
Right.
Like if you can go back to the future, you know what I'm saying? What would that be and why?
I think I would take it back to. I would take it back to the time when the Europeans and Polynesians came over to Africa.
Oh yeah.
And be like,
it's personal.
Like, don't go over there. Yeah. I think if I like having some knowledge of right now, I would go back to the to the root of this shit. And be laying in the bushes with that fire on their ass.
Watch out for the colonizer.
This is death magic. Back up, nigga. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Big ass ooh-wah. Got a chopper. I'm gonna do all y'all like this forever.
Right. Come on that show if you want to.
Yeah, that was actually my last question, though. That was a nice answer, right?
Okay.
We haven't got an answer like that before. It's a blessing having you on here, man.
Absolutely.
You know,
I appreciate
and
you having me.
again, my boy got a lot of information.
Definitely check out that book,
These
man.
books. Check out these books. Check out his music.
Yeah.
He also fix homes.
Yeah.
Do a little bit of everything, man. He got a lot of things going on. He got a lot of information you guys might want to check out on.
Yeah, tap in with him.
Absolutely. Check me out on Instagram, Facebook at Brian Hyppolite, BrianHyppolite.com. Again, that's BrianHyppolite. On Twitter at Brian Hyppolite. Yeah, just link with me. I'm still reachable, I'm still touchable. I still answer my DMs. I send a lot.
Hollywood, yeah.
I send a lot. Yeah. Not at all. I think I gotta stay grounded. I know the way I'm gonna touch like $100 million is gonna be making 100 black millionaires. So everything that I'm doing, I'm building it with an infrastructure that I can just implement. Like even with the process that I just learned creating this book, now I'm working with my homies so we can put their books out and get everybody on this intellectual property. Like I feel like I'm on time because the Spirit World told me last year, get this done. And when everything that came through that messed up the money with the construction company with COVID and the event lounge with COVID, I'm still flourishing with my intellectual property.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I'm trying to put my people on that so we can keep getting money off our minds. We're geniuses. We're absolute geniuses. We just gotta, position ourselves so we can monetize our greatness. So that's the move.
Speaking of monetization, let's talk about these sponsors. Hey, before we get up out of here, man. Hey, ginseng, get you right.
You need some energy. Stay up. You got a hangover.
Get a little shot of this right here. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And once again, how did I disrespect this goddamn good. If it ain't a blink, it ain't it. Start your blunts off right. Spark it up. Backwoods. You feel me? And also scissors, just in case you gotta cut some shit. Or cut people out your life. Hey, you never know.
There's a whole chapter on that shit in this book.
So you see how it works?
See how
it works? And our primary sponsor for this show right now is Manifesting You.
Don't get it.
You want to be a different you? You want to learn how? Get this book, Manifesting You. All right, you see the wink? That means it's official.
That'll wrap up our episode.
It's another
episode of Kompound Talk. I'm your host at Major Plays. This is I'm your co-host Cooley. You can find me on every social media platform. COOLIE.BK. Hey, and don't forget, we're looking for artists, rappers, singers, writers. If you dance, if you hula hoop, if you're a social activist, slide in the DM, man. We're gonna get you on here. We're gonna talk with you. Anything else you want to say before we close? Peace.
And wealth mode said in 1 second.
Who shot ya? Separate the weak from the opsa.